Did you know that there are 22.7 million people in Australia, while this country is also home to 20 million rabbits, which is 10 times more than the population of humans? These rabbits have caused so much destruction in Australia that the government has declared them as destructive creatures. Where for Australia, rabbits are a harmful creature, and they have tried every failure to get rid of them. Meanwhile, China has imported more than 40 million rabbits in the past 30 years not to eat them, but to conduct a unique experiment in the Kubuqi Desert. And the result that has been found has left the whole world in shock. Viewers, when a desert turns a green land into a desert, this process is called desertification. And the biggest victim of this is the Kubuqi Desert in China. There was a time when the Kubuqi Desert was spreading at an annual rate of 500,000 acres. That is, every year this desert was passing through about 500,000 acres of green land. At that time, China put a lot of effort and tried to reduce this rate of desertification. Many projects were launched during the 1950s and 1960s. Sand control stations were built, trees were planted in the desert, but this ocean of sand was out of control. Then one day, a local entrepreneur named Wang Wenbiao changed everything. Wang put his money on a strange idea. He started keeping dry bushes in square shapes on several hundred acres of the desert and started planting willow trees in between. Willow is such a tree that can live without water because its roots go down 300 feet in the desert to find water. This wood is used to make paper and furniture, but only if this tree can survive in the desert. In the Kubuqi Desert, strong winds blow sand and scatter it, causing the trapped moisture inside to evaporate. And to save the plants of the willow from these strong winds, bushes were planted around it. In the beginning, everyone laughed at Wang, who plants trees in a crazy desert. But no one knew Wang's intentions. Everything went well for the next 3 years. But then a new problem arose. The trees of the willows now needed special care. If they had to sell the paper and furniture industry, it was necessary to cut the new branches of the tree immediately so that the main stem of the tree becomes thick. But it was very difficult and expensive to do this in the desert. And this is where a new turn comes in the story. This was the point where the rabbit, like the rabbit's entry, especially the Rex Rabbits, became part of this story. The Rex Rabbit is a special breed whose fur is just like camel or camel hair. It is used to make very soft, expensive, and luxurious clothes. But why did the rabbits come here? Because a small habit of theirs changed the ecosystem of the Kubuqi Desert. Rex Rabbits like to eat the new branches coming out of the willow tree. When they ate the new and thin branches, the main stem of the tree became thicker, which the paper industry used to buy at expensive prices. That is, the rabbits ate food and gave the paper industry raw material. On the one hand, the environment, on the other hand, the economy, both started winning. But this was just the beginning of the story. As you have already known, the roots of the willow tree reached the ground up to 300 feet. These roots went inside the sand and increased their structural stability. And the benefit of this was that the sand did not fly during the strong winds, and the wetness inside them did not evaporate. In the meantime, the rabbits started showing their real magic. The waste of the Rex Rabbits, like their manure, started working as a fertilizer. It also became an expensive product in China's zero-waste system. Secondly, this breed of Rex Rabbits gives birth to the most babies. A female gives birth to 50 bunnies a year. That is, their reproduction rate is also quite high. When these rabbits grew up, their manure also increased, and the land became more fertile. As time went by, the sand turned into farms, where organic vegetables were also grown. Another important feature of the Rex Rabbits also played an important role in this miracle. Another of their qualities was that they digest grass, but could not digest the seeds of the grass. Because of this, the seeds came out with their manure as it is, and after a while the grass also started multiplying. That is, the rabbits not only maintained the willow trees, but also grew grass, and in the end, their manure was also sold at high prices. This process became a self-sustaining cycle. Rabbits literally started greening the desert. After the success of this experiment, Wang did not stop there. He hired 100 bulldozers and started leveling the hills of the desert. He filled the pits, straightened the land, and also started planting willow trees on it. In the meantime, he encouraged the local people to raise Rex Rabbits. He hired hundreds of thousands of Rex Rabbits with the help of the Chinese government and distributed them among the locals. Every house now became a small farm. This project lasted for 10 years, and the entire area changed. There was a time when there was nothing but sand here. Now this is a green area. The total area of the Kubuqi Desert is 18,600 square kilometers, of which, according to the UN report, 33% or 6,250 square kilometers has become green. This is the result of more than 30 years of hard work. Because of this change, the Kubuqi Desert is now known as ecological marvel instead of sea of death. But not only the environment has changed here, people's lives have also changed. The Chinese government invested 3 billion yuan here, which is about $400 million. And with this money, new villages were built here, and people were given new jobs in the desert. Today, hundreds of thousands of people are employed here. More than 2,000 farms are running, and 300,000 Rex rabbits are sold every year. An average annual income of a farmer has reached $9,600. That is, the people who used to run away from the desert have now become rich here. According to an estimate, the lives of 10,000 people have changed. In 2017, when media reporters came here, they saw that the environment here was 10 times better than before. Trees, plants, grass, animals, and humans, everything is running in a rhythm. But here a question must be coming to everyone's mind. If rabbits can make the desert green again, then why are they dangerous in Australia? Actually, there were no rabbits in Australia until 1859. Then a British man left only 24 rabbits here, so that their population increases and the British come here to hunt them. After 70 years, their population has increased so much that now they are out of control. In Australia, rabbits live in their natural habitats, while in China, they are kept in a controlled environment. They are only used as much as is in everyone's interest. This is why rabbits are a torture in Australia, while blessings in China. But the story of the Kubuqi Desert did not end here. The world's largest solar power image was made here, which is called the Jumna Solar Power Plant. This plant, which is spread over 6,000 acres, is made by combining about 5 million solar panels, which make the shape of a running horse when viewed from space. According to the Guinness World Records, this is the world's largest solar panel image. By 2022, this plant had generated 2.3 billion kilowatts of energy. This produced 760,000 tons of coal and 1.8 million tons of carbon dioxide. But if you think that this power plant only generates electricity, then you are completely wrong. This plant also fights desertification. There is no sunlight under the panels, so evaporation is less, which is why grass is grown here. And to cut the grass, Rex rabbits are also kept here. Rabbits eat grass and grow new grass seeds from their dung. Thus, not only is desertification decreasing, but free energy is also produced. And in the end, the fur of the rabbits is also sold at high prices. And because of the panels, the speed of the fast winds here has decreased by 50%. Less sand is displaced, which is why the new land is slowly becoming fertile. Today, if you go to the Kubuqi Desert, there are sheep, goats, ducks, and rabbits living together. There is grass under the panels and a flock of willows nearby. No one could have imagined that the Sea of Death would someday be called the Sea of Life. And it all started with the proper use of a small rabbit. Today, researchers around the world are calling this model the eco-economic revolution. According to a report, 50% of the world's area is desert, and 40% of the area is fighting desertification. Today, Europe and America are also trying to learn from this eco-economic revolution. The message of the Kubuqi Desert is clear. If humans and nature work together, then the Sea of Death can also be made a garden of life. I hope you will like and share this video of Docotic channel. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.